Hey, good morning, everybody. It
Good
is
morning.
Colin, Kelly, and Vijay from the Authentic
Hello,
Hustle
hello.
Live podcast. Welcome, everybody. Episode 45.
45. That's a
45.
good one.
Closing in on the end of the year. Why is that a good one? You're not 45.
Well, I just like the number 45.
Oh, okay. Fair. That's good.
I'm allowed to like numbers, right?
Yeah. Sometimes they mean something. Other times you just like them.
That's right.
That's right.
I can't believe we're at 45 already. Yeah,
I know.
We'll be at 50. By mid-January?
By mid-Jan. Yeah. 5 more weeks.
5 more weeks.
That's easy math. Oh no, 6, because we're not doing one the week of Christmas.
You're not going to believe this, guys. We're actually live today. It's like a small miracle. The Authentic Hustle Live has gone live.
Hey, nobody. We have no viewers. Thank you, no viewers.
I'm seeing at least one.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Vijay's mom.
Oh, goodness.
Grace used to tell me, Kelly, like there's one more viewer. That there were 2 viewers often initially when we started.
Yeah.
And it's probably Shelby. And like,
no, it's not Shelby. She's too busy with kids.
In the initial weeks. When we started, yeah.
Well, that's okay. Well, welcome everybody. Here we are. It's 11:04. We're actually live. Microphones, headphones, everything's working. It's going to be a wonderful day.
Eventually working. It took a minute. It was really close
by 11:02. By 11:02. But that's why it's raw and authentic.
Oh goodness, yeah.
We are not scripted.
No.
So what's going on, fellas? What is going on in your life? What's on the tip of your tongue?
Oh my goodness, guys. I wanted to just talk about the craziness of the end of a year. I feel like that's what I want to talk about because you know what? I'm not one to complain. I'm not going to complain. My life is exceptional. There's 1,000 things going on. It's awesome. And I'm fortunate and lucky. But this thing called time, I'm just trying to figure out where to find it.
Right.
Because
Fair.
you know what it is? It's that I have 1,000 things that I want to do. Oh, I also want to take this chance to announce the new show that I have coming out in 2026. I'm super, super excited about it, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not like a typical businessy show, although it is still going to be work related. And it's called I Used to Work There. And my hope for it is that people will call in and tell their crazy, wild work stories. And no, it's not a business basher. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the story itself, the wild, the scary, the fun, the exciting, the inspiring, and everything in between. Basically, if it happened at work and you remember it, we want to hear it. And I just want to do a quick plug. You can send in or let me know your intention. If you have a story you'd like to come on with us, it's hr@IusedToWorkThere.com. So hr@IusedToWorkThere.com. And my hope is that this show is out by the end of January 2026, and we'll be rolling every couple of weeks at that point.
Cool. Sounds fun.
Awesome.
I've heard the background on it, and I'm excited to watch it go live.
It's going to be so much fun. It's It's like everyone has a work story.
I like the color of that, Kelly. I saw it, the green color of it, the overall vibe of it. It's really good. I like it. Yeah, kudos to I Used to Work There podcast coming in 2026.
Amazing. But once again, let's go back to my crazy busy life, because on the other hand, it's like I want to do that. I want to do the hustle. I want to do the BDP. I also have client work that I'm working on. It's awesome. But man, my gosh, I don't know. It's that time thing.
Yeah. How
about you?
Who?
How are you managing all of your ambitions, Colin?
Actually getting better. I find myself strategizing more than I ever have. Maybe because I have to. I don't really love time management. I've read all the time management books. You can't really manage time. You can manage tasks, right? And you can manage your emotions somewhat. So I'm nailing it down to how do I actually just become effective, right? And what do I need to do? And I've really found lately is the only way I'm going to do that. I think I was telling Kelly this morning was I'm a super risk taker in business and in other things, but I don't take risks with staff. And it only hit me yesterday. I'm like, why are we not hiring up? Why are we not hiring more? Like I'm trying to manage my time so I can do more work when I could hire somebody that actually knows what they're doing to do it. So it just hit me yesterday. Like I'm so risk adverse when it comes to that. It's like, oh no, that will never work. Or who do I do? How do I get the right person? Yeah. But I'm like, oh yeah, let's spend $800,000 on that machine. That'll work for sure.
Well,
but
the machine probably will work.
it'll work better than my laptop.
There's some beautiful machines in your like facility after Colin. I loved it.
and they work really good. But you know what's even better? People.
Yeah.
So we're really concentrating on getting, not to be cliche, but the right people on the right seat. The right seats, the right people in the right seats. That's as simple as
the right bums in the right seats.
Yeah, and so I think that to me is how I manage time.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. I can actually understand why you would be a little bit more risk averse to people, because people are unpredictable. That's just how we are. We're very unpredictable machines. You know, on the other hand, though, we're also very predictable. Like there are certain people who are incredibly predictable, but you once again have to like get to know them. And when you're hiring somebody for the first time, you have no experience with them. They're not part of your circle. You don't know what you're going to get. You're just crossing your fingers and hoping to God they can do what they say they can do.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because innately I'm a salesman, so I can sell myself. So when I'm doing an interview, they're selling themselves. Yeah. Right. And if they sell themselves really well, right, they might just be good at selling themselves. The product has to be as good as what you're selling. And that's the scary part, because we're putting money towards that. Yeah. And I have no problem putting the money towards that. It's just, how the heck do you get rid of the fear? So I have to interject this. I listened to a podcast yesterday. I had a bunch of windshield time, and the guy had spent 18 years or something like that in jail. He came out, now he's a world-renowned speaker. He's a keynote, all this stuff. And so I know I've told you guys about Mel Robbins and the let them theory, right? Let them, let me. And he has a theory. It's just called F it. But he said it, and he says, so you got somebody that doesn't like it, F it, or F them. And it was kind of funny, just listening to it, but it made a lot of sense again, right? Like prioritizing. And I was thinking about it in business. Like, I'm like, we wonder, oh, we never got this done or whatever. Just F it. Instead of sitting there, here's time management. Instead of sitting there and knowing you didn't get something done, or you have to compartmentalize it, get it into your calendar, get it scheduled. If you can't do it, let somebody else do it. Right? Let them. Like, actually let them do it. Let them get after the task. Let them get after the work. And guess what? Guess what will happen? It'll get done. I'll use this example. Real estate's a really big one, because when you're a self-starter and you grow into the business and it grows into you, and then when you expand, you still think, oh, nobody can do it as good as me. Nobody's told me I'm doing it good. I just think that.
That's right. And
that's the hard part, is me letting go and saying, okay, well, let them go do it, and they'll take care of them. And then worrying about, oh, Vijay's my client. I wonder if he told him this. I wonder if he treated him this way. Guess what? They may end up having, and they probably will have, a better relationship than I did. Yeah. It's just, I'm my best cheerleader, and that's not a good thing.
Well, right? But once again, good is subjective.
True.
Like maybe you are the best at it. There's somebody who's the best at it.
Right? But how the heck do people we bring on board with us get better if we don't even give them the chance?
True. So it's like, on one hand, though, I forget. I feel like it was Ross Hewitt. He's a man of wisdom, that guy. Yep. I love him. He was talking about how you don't need somebody who's as good as you. You need somebody who's like 80% as good as you. Because if it's 80%, it's still good enough.
Yeah, we talked about this, and then Craig Rochelle, he's a really well-spoken speaker. Does that make sense? Well-spoken speaker.
A well-spoken speaker. I love it.
That's a new tagline. Kelly Kennedy, the well-spoken speaker.
The not well-spoken speaker. That would be my tagline.
Anyway, he he devised it down to 70. He said if it's 70% is good, you're still going to have great results.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Why don't we just call it 50-50? They're good sometimes.
You know what? If he can fog a mirror, he could probably do the job. He's breathing. Right?
You know what? It all just comes down to how valuable is your time? How bad do you want your time back? I'm sure some people would accept 50-50 to get their time back.
Yeah, true. Right? Well, and that's not cliche, but it's the Dan Martell, buy back your time, right? And it's real. And I've read it. I've listened to it. Recently, I went through the whole Amazon thing. I listened to 15 hours of audiobook in 2.5 days.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's for me, it was a great book. But I was taking in so much, and most of it was though, like how the heck do they get so much done so quickly? And then I realized, well, 20 years looks quick, but
that's
it's not.
Correct. Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Right. And actually, the reality is almost nothing gets done quickly, especially nothing good.
Nothing good, right? Nothing that stands the test of time is done quick.
But, like we talked about this, I want to say last episode where I said, I was reflecting on the couch on my birthday because my birthday happens to be the 5 years of capital business development as well. And so I actually got to kind of reflect on it this year. And I was like, man, we've done a lot, but I never feel like we've done a lot. You almost really have to be intentional about your reflections back to be able to recognize how much you've actually done. Because if I look back, it's like, we've done capital business development, Authentic Hustle, the business development podcast, obviously nearly 3 years of that, nearly 300 episodes. Yep. Pretty soon we're doing I Used to Work There. I've done my retainer programs, my coaching programs, the Catalyst Club. It's like, holy shit, all that was in like 4 years, basically. Yeah. And it's like, it's a lot, but it never feels like a lot in the moment. You always feel behind. You always feel like you could be doing more. And to this day, I still feel that way.
So let me ask you this question. Let's say you're working corporate or whatever, not corporate, just a job, right? Whatever job you may have. And you were doing that much work, just not for yourself.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, right?
I straight up wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it. They could not pay you enough.
No.
You shouldn't actually.
Kelly, you might still have a job.
Why you shouldn't.
Kelly, you might still have a job.
Yeah, I do. It's just working for me.
So do you get what I'm saying?
I'm the worst boss. I'm a slave driver.
for you to go home at night, you say you worked out externally in an office, go home. There's no way your on switch would be on.
No.
As much as it is. You would just say F it. Right?
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, of course. Because you have your work. I think as an employee, you have and we would be dumb to think otherwise. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Your employee is out the moment they drive away from the work, from their office, right? And rightly so. They should be. That is the trade-off that they take by being an employee. They don't necessarily have the opportunity that an entrepreneur has, but what they do have is the ability to say, I'm out.
Well, and you know what? That's not the North American way, but I think everything outside of North America for sure. The North American way is, Vijay, you can vouch for it too, is if our business pays for your phone, it better be on.
Sure.
Right? If you're on if your email address is Vijay at whatever company, abc.com, you better be looking at it. And that's part of time management, right? You're not allowed to manage that time. They manage you.
But that's interesting, though, Colin, because you're right. Yes. And once again, if somebody calls, you're probably going to take it, or you're going to call them back in the morning. Same thing with an email. You may respond to it in the moment, or you might just wait till 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, right? Like, I know a lot of people who would wait till 8 in the morning to respond back, or wouldn't take the call after 5 o'clock. They would call them back in the morning. And I get that's not ideal, but that's the employee way, right? Like they have the ability to do that because that is the contract of the agreement of time that they spend with you.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. I would never work as hard as I work right now as an employee. However, I also lose in that paradigm. And I think maybe that's important for entrepreneurs to understand as well. You are also losing on a certain level, because the thing I miss the most about being an employee is the ability to just shut it all down. And I do not get that as an entrepreneur. However, I get many other rewards that I love. I get to do shows like this. I get to manage my time, how I want to manage my time. I get to handle my clients, how I want to handle my clients. Like, it's all my deal. And I love that. And I can't imagine ever doing it a different way now. But there is that trade-off. And you're absolutely right, where it's like, I will work till 9:00 at night. I have been on my computer at 11:30 getting a show out for the next day because it had to be done. And the only person I can turn to is me. It's my business.
Yeah.
Vijay.
Can I add something? Like in terms of like when it comes to employee, I've been in the corporate life for a long time actually, and I agreed to certain parts of it, and certain things I really question actually, and I keep asking questions to this universe. I kind of get these answers back. I'll talk about it in just a bit. But when it comes to an employee, how productive they should be, there's no limit, right? But I think one thing I can actually really tell, and it's a fact, is basically it's not their business. We say it's none of your business when people say that. It's not their business, actually.
Yeah. Correct.
Right? Because when we are taking the ROI, the returns and everything, it's like, so there's a heavy investment from a capital point of view. Someone is taking a huge risk on it. They bear the burden of it, taking through it and all of it. But someone who's showing up for work, who's getting hourly paid or a monthly check, $100,000, right? I used to be in the US, right? And people hang out after work and everything. Everything they talk about is work. It's so super boring to talk about work, right? There's like all that it is like, I'm the vice president of this, I'm the GM of this. Like, dude, like I don't care like whether you're a VP or a GM or, they get paid 100K, 200K, whatever, right? But I think I've seen it. Once I understood like what money is, and actually 100K is not a lot.
Yeah,
it's not a lot, Colin. Actually, they cannot go buy a mansion with it. What can we do with 100K a year? Right? Like, so it's like it's nothing.
As a Canadian, 50K after taxes.
It's nothing actually. So,
you know what 100K gives you?
Right.
100K a year gives you the ability to get yourself into a whole lot of debt.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what it does.
That's what it does, and it actually. I've been a corporate. I had a phone, I had an email and everything. I've worked 18-hour jobs, and still it's not enough. When we go sit at the appraisal table, this is a ritual in corporate, right? The appraisal table. Anyone hearing? Does the word sound familiar? The appraisal meeting and everything. So there are
performance appraisal.
Yeah, the performance appraisal. There are 10,000 things that you would have done over that year. But there are like 3 or 4 things that you have not done, actually. And that seemed to be the highlight of the conversation in those 30 minutes or 60 minutes.
How do we not give this guy a raise?
You know what? I got a good one for you. A friend of mine worked for a university. He was in materials management, I guess. And then he worked his way into HR. He was moving his way up. And then he got into real estate on the side. And then they called him in for his performance appraisal and said, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'll use Kelly. Hey, Kelly, we know you're doing this and that's okay. You're doing it after hours and you're doing it on weekends. But we've noticed you're not quite the same guy during the week. Like we'd like you to, take it down a bit on the real estate and focus when you're here at work during the week. He said, okay. So he went home and he said, F it. He goes, I'm going to do absolutely nothing in that university job. I'm going to do nothing. He went another full year. He cranked it out in real estate, and his performance appraisal was, wow, you've done so much better. We really love the change you've made. And he goes, he quit right after that. He goes, this is ridiculous, right? This system. and I know, so I got a great one. I had a boss who, it was a love-hate relationship. He was probably 45 years older than me. And he was the old rough guy. I'll give you an example. Truck in Montreal. Somebody broke into the yard, jacked the truck up, stole all the wheels off the truck.
Yeah.
That particular manager missed his budget by X amount of dollars. And I'll use his name. He's not alive anymore and no one knows who I'm talking about. And the manager said, Harold, somebody stole the wheels off this truck. That's not a me issue. And so he missed his bonus because a thief stole the wheels off this truck. Right. So I remember him telling me that story, and he was so proud of telling me the story, how the guy never got the bonus.
Yeah.
Leading up to my performance appraisal, they scaled it public company on a 1 to 5, right? 1, you're horrible, 5, you're great, or whatever it was. And it came down to attendance. So he lived in Calgary, I was in Lethbridge. And I go, 2 out of 5. Like, how do you give me a 2 out of 5? I'm at work every day, all day, and I treat it like my own company. Like, I think about it all the time. I work on weekends. And he honestly goes, "Well, I'm not there. How can I tell?" I said to him, I said, "But you're marking this down
Yeah,
on
you're
my
recording this
you're
as I
actually
suck at
putting
my
this in
job.
you're putting this in print, and this affects." He goes, "Well, I can't change it. I'm not there to tell any different." Right? That was another layer of just scaling, like peeling skin off my body and going, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I think we can all agree there's been a lot of crappy jobs.
Yeah.
Which is why my show is going to be
that's
awesome.
your show. I was gonna say that's a good one for your show. Remember when I used to work there?
Oh goodness, yeah.
So.
Honestly, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because I loved being an employee too, and I think maybe we need to like acknowledge that too. I don't just want to shit on employees. I loved being an employee.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had many great jobs. You know, a job that I spent nearly 10 years in doing business development and account management, really cutting my teeth and becoming the man I am today. Loved that job. I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much that I hurt when I knew that it was time to leave, that I needed to go and do my own thing. It was very scary on one side, and it felt like a big loss on the other because, like you, Colin, I spent many years with that organization. It's not easy, but I would say this is that I really love being an entrepreneur. Like really love. I don't know what else I'd be doing. Like, it's amazing because I think you fall into positions in your life. I think entrepreneurship, just like business development, chooses you. And at some point, you might choose to make that leap. But I'll tell you, for the right people, for the right person, you'll be like, how did I not do this like 100 years ago?
Well, you know what? My wife and I were talking about, because entrepreneurship is risk, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we were walking the dog last night, and I don't know how it came up, and she said something, and I said, "Well, you just need to be a little more risky." And she said, "Well, nothing bothers you. Like, I don't understand how nothing bothers you." And I said, "Well, things do." And she's like, "Oh, like when we bought another house and we had a house and you had no job?" And I'm like, "Well, I did, like, as a realtor." And I said, I told her, I go, "Well, in real estate, you get fired every day." "What do you mean?" I go, "You sell a house, now you're fired. You don't have a job till the next one."
That's right.
And I said, or you have a buyer and they buy a house, now you're fired. You got to go get another job. And I said, "Well, that's what drives me." And she's like, "Yeah, but you're not human. Like, that's not normal. Like, you just sleep good every night and doesn't matter what's happening. Even if things are going wrong, eventually in your head, you just say it's going to be a great day." And so I said, "Oh, like the other day." So she woke up, different person than me, different position. And she just said, "Oh, I have so many more days left of work this week." I go, "Yeah, like every weekday. That's how it works." and it's a choice, but you do what you got to do. And she's like, "Well, yeah, but you're just walking around at 5 a.m. in the morning singing, and you're turning Christmas music on, turn the tree on." And I said, "Well, it's just a different type of person." But you know what? I don't think when I was not just an employee, it was a good job, right? I don't think I had that same mentality back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think now for me,
of course you don't.
there's a fulfillment in knowing when we get things done. And yesterday I drove to pick my daughter and her now fiance up from the airport, and I was very thankful. I actually thought about it. I was thankful I didn't have to ask anyone. I didn't have to take a day off.
Yeah.
I didn't need, permission. I've never called in on a sick day, but I didn't have to fake a sick day. I could just go and answer the phone as I drive, and I can work, and I can go pick them up and drive home. That was my day.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So the entrepreneur life, that the payoff is enormous.
Yeah. Unless you stack your week.
Well,
like
and I do that.
Right.
It's like Stack TV. You just get it all.
Oh, goodness. Yes. Stack TV should be my motto. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it is awesome. It is awesome. It's also the very first time in your life for most people that you truly 100% bank on yourself. I think that is truly that's the scariest thing about entrepreneurship is that for the very first time, you are 100% responsible for you, your family, your business, and everything else around you. And I think that is the thing. If I look back at 5 years of entrepreneurship, that is the most valuable thing, was that I learned for the very first time in my entire life that I could 100% rely on myself. I think that is the true reward of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Yeah. I mean, like, Colin, you're not fired, Colin. Yeah, you have an amazing Southern Alberta Real Estate.ca where you listed all the products and properties. So you're not fired. So
That's right. I still have some more work ahead of me.
Oh, just kidding. But I think I don't want to sound ungrateful at all. But like, I just get really passionate when after putting a couple decades of effort into this and seeing some of the I mean, not everyone talks about it. I just talk to it. That's what I try to do, actually, because I'm definitely grateful. I met so many amazing people across so many other companies. Super, super grateful. But at the same time, can it be better? 100%. 100% it can be better. I was actually asking this question about capitalism in a way, in terms of, like, I was not understanding capitalism. Why is Amazon getting like firing 10,000 people? Meta is firing up another 15,000 people, layoffs everywhere. I was trying to understand, and suddenly a Walmart opens up in a new city, and all the small, I spoke about it, the small business of Wall Street taking over Main Street and whatnot. I was constantly asking this question, and actually I saw an entire podcast with Simon Sinek, the Start with the White guy, or Start with the Why guy. And he spoke about the capitalism, the two forms of capitalism that exist in North America today. One is the Adam Smith version of the capitalism, which is he wrote The Wealth of the Nations, the original version of the capitalism that actually pioneered in the US and North America that we see. And the more recent version of the capitalism, which is much prevalent now, is the version of Jack Welch's version of, which basically came from Milton Friedman's age, actually. So he pioneered a different version of capitalism where it's like maximum resources extraction. Ethics and those things come later, but like everyone talks about this new word in the last 50 years, bottom line, and like profit over people and things like that.
Yep.
And so I think that is the switch where we see, hey, come on, no, this is not right. This looks evil. This is not right. By so many 10,000 families are going to be affected. So I think that's a version. I think we have to go back to the Adam Smith version of the capitalism. I don't think the Jack Welch's and the Milton Friedman versions are actually working. It's actually hurting the society more than it is actually helping people. So I just saw that and I found really useful just 2 days ago. Yeah.
There is clearly a very big shift happening. I think, I mean, you see it in Catalyst Club, guys. You see it in Catalyst Club. We have a bunch of leaders in there truly sharing the shit, not holding anything back, saying it exactly how it is and asking for help, or being handed help, being like, oh, I see what you're going through. How can we support you? I think we're genuinely seeing a change in the way that we interact with the world, especially as leaders. And moving forward, it's just simply not going to be okay to hurt people in that way, to screw people over. Like, the world is shifting right in front of our eyes. Like, I think COVID, if I have to draw a line in the sand, 2020, a big line was drawn and things are going to be different. We're already seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think if the shift is good, it's great. I'm seeing a change myself in terms of like how I connect with people after COVID.
Totally.
To me, like, feel like connecting with people, humanity matters more. I was not paying attention to people at all. Like, then all of a sudden you stay at home for 6 months, you want to go meet people, right? So that kind of changed the perspective a lot. So I don't think we can just start a company and like, even if you made $1 billion and you heard like 100,000 people across thing, I don't think that $1 billion would be, you can even like enjoy that. So,
really, how cool is it to drive around in your sports car by yourself? Like, I'm sure it's fun for the first couple times, but it's like, my Ferrari by myself.
Vijay, we've had this conversation, haven't we?
Corvette. It's a Corvette, right, Colin?
Yeah, it's a car ride. Right? And there's a morbid side to it. I told Vijay all about it. Right? That's the reason I do not drive a convertible Corvette. Yeah.
Why? Okay, well, why? Now you got to tell me, because I don't know why you don't drive a convertible Corvette.
But it's going to seem so mean. Okay, I'll just backtrack to this quick story. 20 years ago, I'm driving with a guy in a Corvette pulls up beside us, and maybe 25 years ago. How old? No, 30, because I'm 53 tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Okay.
And I say, ooh, look at that. Wonder what that guy does. And he goes, he drives home to his house and hangs himself in the garage. And I said, oof, like, this is a sunny day, top down, guy's in his car. And he goes, well, look at him. Who's in there with him? I'm like, nobody. He's by himself. And he goes, okay. And somebody obviously said this to him, right? He said, now look around every time you're driving. and you see, sorry to all the Corvette owners out there. Maybe one day I'll own them.
I'll own one too one day.
He said, look around and you'll see there's always only one person. It's always one guy driving around by himself. No friend, no spouse, no girlfriend, no whatever. He's driving around by himself. So he's so lonely. The only time he feels good is when he's out because people can look at him, right? Usually get the stereo up, maybe a little Journey or extra loud because he's that age. But you think about it. And so now, Vijay, after I told you that, you've probably noticed some, right? And you think, okay, so let's just call it a supercar or whatever it may be, right? I'm not against them. I might buy one. I don't know. But I'll drive with you guys.
You probably will buy one.
No, but you guys will drive in there with me. I will not drive alone. I will be driving to pick you up.
But Colin, I ride my motorcycle alone. Does that make me a loser?
Well, if not, we'll look like Dumb and Dumber, right? You can.
I want you to hug me while we ride around, okay?
And if you get cold, you know what happens. But you think about those things, right?
Yeah.
And that's that. Yeah, it's a morbid side of it. Is
you know
it true
what,
story?
man?
I don't know.
I feel like I feel like as a kid, I remember making that observation is that like everybody who drives Corvettes is like a 50, 60-year-old man. And it's like, that's so sad on a certain level because it'd be so much cooler if they were like 30 or 20.
But you know what the problem is? It's because they worked a job.
Yeah.
Most times, and then they can finally afford to buy one.
Yeah.
Right. And no slack on it, but they can buy one. But so they're older. The car is newer.
Yeah.
But they're still playing. I like ZZ Top. They're still playing ZZ Top Legs or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Really loud. But the moms and the kids and the dads, they're out for a walk with the dog and they're going down the path. And now he looks like a creeper.
This isn't cool anymore because now you're old.
But and now I see him and I'm like, okay, I see, a 20-something-year-old kid go by me in just say an R8 or something like that. And then I'm like, okay, hockey player, baseball, whatever, right? Like nobody bought him that car. He did. He earned it.
It's so funny because I think what we're trying, what I mean? And I'm just going to shout this out. Like, as a kid, I had, at 17, I had a completely restored 78 Camaro Z28. Loved that car. Loved that car. And I think a lot of these people, what they're trying to do is get that feeling back that we didn't even know we had.
Yeah.
That like we didn't realize how good we had it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, you look back and you're like, oh, 16, 17, like we were doing pretty all right. Like some of us had sweet cars, some of us had great experiences. And I think when they're buying that Corvette, they're trying to get that feeling back, that feeling they didn't know was so critical and so important until later in life.
So you know what I think, that feeling, because I'm almost old enough to be your guys' dad, right? I think that feeling comes from freedom, not from a car, right? Like having, I'll use entrepreneurial freedom, where you can wake up and you can drive to the airport. You can pick your kids up. You want to go sit on a bench because it's nice out. You can. You don't have to take a day off. You don't have to request time off. That feeling of driving in that car to bring that nostalgia back, right? Maybe you do get that feeling though in the car, but I think real freedom is being able to sit on your couch or just go to a coffee shop or drive through. It doesn't matter, right? Being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. I think that's the freedom people are looking for, right? And I know I speak for myself. I love that ability, right? I love that ability to just get up and go and say, I'm going to go get a coffee. Oh, in the lunchroom? No. In the drive-through, right? Just to clear my mind or do whatever. So I think freedom is we should talk about freedom one day. But I think that is a real key word or a key phrase or a key time in your life is, when does that real freedom come?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
It comes when you let yourself have it.
Good call. Good
right?
call.
Like, I think you hit a point where you're like, okay, I'm financially okay. My house is paid off, whatever. Now I can have freedom. But like, I feel like that time comes different for everybody. And for some people, it never comes at all.
True. All right.
That is a great place to end it.
Vijay,
all right,
wrap it up.
No. I was just thinking about like my trip back from Lethbridge to here. So something happened. I was telling my wife, I didn't talk about it to anyone, but I think it's worth mentioning. It's about like when you notice actually how I don't pay much attention when you're on the drive-through. You say please, thank you, and like you just go. But I had one of the like really good conversation when in Calgary, like I think somewhere near Adri, I think somewhere
Okay.
Adri, outskirts of Calgary, and like I was in a Tim Hortons. I never pay attention, like, and there was this kind lady, actually at Tim Hortons. I bought a coffee, and she was so kind, and I was able to enjoy that for a couple seconds, a few minutes, and because it was the middle of the day, and like, it was like Wednesday afternoon or something like that, and I could really enjoy that. Like, I mean, like, I told Grace about it and saying that like, wow, she really told about a Tim Hortons card. I knew nothing about it, and she asked me, "Do you have a Tim Hortons card? You can buy free coffee with it." I knew nothing about it. I ended up speaking to her about for a minute, and then came from there. So really enjoyed that kind of freedom in a sense where we're able to actually enjoy it. Go on a busy Saturday evening or something. I don't think you're going to enjoy any of that, but. Just came to my mind. I don't know why I said that, but like it reminded me that.
Yeah. Because it you feel it in fleeting moments.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that moment there is no different than I was saying. The ability to go to the airport and just do it, right? And the other point is, I went into my office, then I left at 1:00, got to the airport at 4, and then drove back. It didn't matter what time I get back, right? I can still do what I do, and I still wake up the next morning and continue on. But that's freedom. It's not being stuck in a box, right? And I think that's like when Kelly says, he'll work 18 hours if he had to, right? He's not stuck in a box. He just goes after it. Or you, Vijay, right? You're filming another one, then another one, then another one. So anyway, Vijay, it's 11:40, and it's your turn to wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. It's 11:40, 45, and everyone tuning in, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, a great conversation week after week. Keep coming. We'll bring more new topics. Excited for wrapping the new year. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye.
Amazing. Cheers. And one thing, just before we wrap it, give us a follow on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is starting to take off, guys. I think we're getting around 10,000 impressions a week at this point. So it's pretty great. So please come follow us on LinkedIn. If you guys want to catch all the replays, they're all up there. And we look forward to seeing you. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Later. We're still live.